Good afternoon, G. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, cool. So obviously we had a debate the other day with regards to midfielders, Lampard, Gerrard, and Scholes. Um,
Yeah.
and during the debate, obviously the debate wasn't there to settle any arguments. I think that debate could be had for another 20 years and still people would hold on to their views. The reason for this kind of debrief or whatever is I just want to see if guys wanted to add anything to their debate. Kind of, you walk away from a debate and you think, I wish I said that, or I wish I didn't say that, or you say that actually that point was a fair point and I didn't agree with it at the time, but now I do. Um, so I just want to open it up to you with regards to like even Gerard. Like, is there anything that you wanted to say that you didn't say at the time, but after you were like, oh, I wish I'd said that? And how did you feel the debate went as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, the debate went all right. It was awfully long, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, it went all right. I think, like I say, I think both myself and Dev have kind of agreed that Gerrard and Lampard are a little bit of a level above Scholes, and I don't think that my opinion's changed on that, and probably won't change. There are a couple of things that I didn't mention about Gerrard that I can just throw in now, but I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But just on Ballon d'Or nominations, he had 6 of them and 270 votes. Paul Scholes had 5 nominations into the top 50, but never got a vote off anybody. And Frank Lampard got 5 nominations and got 170 votes. And I think his highest finish was second, and Gerrard's was third. And like I say, Scholes was 50th with no votes at all.
Right. Okay.
And that's obviously voted on by managers and players, managers and captains of every country. So I would assume that they know what they're talking about mostly.
Yeah. Also, they were playing against these guys as well. They were
Yeah,
so these managers
exactly.
were setting up plans and tactics against these guys, and
Exactly. Yeah.
that.
On top of that as well, he was in the Premier League Team of the Year 8 times, which is a record.
Oh,
Gerrard.
yeah. Okay.
Scholes was only in it twice, and I think Lampard was in it 3 or 4 times, I think.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know
So yeah, but yeah, in terms of individual honours, I think Gerrard's way out above them. UEFA Team of the Year, he was in it 3 times compared to 0 for Scholes and Lampard, and he was UEFA Player of the year that they won it.
that. Yeah.
And Scholes has never actually won Man United's Player of the Year, interestingly enough. So
Okay.
yeah.
But gee, that's because we have so many great players.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah.
In terms of the whole Gerard Lampard thing,
Yeah.
how do you feel Lampard came across in terms of the way Dev presented Lampard? How do you feel that argument was it? Did Dev influence you in thinking Lampard was better than he was, or again unchanged?
No, I'd say I was unchanged. I mean, I've always said Frank Lampard was the best goal scoring midfielder England's ever seen, and I stand by that. And I've always said between the two of them, Gerrard and Lampard have always been pretty close.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd take Gerrard just on his overall impact on a game, and sort of you can play him anywhere and he still does a job. Like, he started off his career at right back, and also Mikey's stats for the first 10 seasons that he took. Steven Gerrard's first, I think, 15 games were at right back. So in his first season. So obviously Paul Scholes playing behind the striker is likely to score more goals and assists than a right back.
Yeah,
But,
I can agree with that. Okay.
So yeah, in terms of Lampard and Gerrard, as I said, I think they're very close together. I would take, if I was looking for a goal scoring midfielder out of the two of them, I'd take Lampard. If I was looking for a midfielder to do more than just the one job, I'd take Gerrard.
Uh-huh. Talk to me about Scholes. What are your thoughts on Scholes in terms of when he was playing, when he wasn't playing? I actually went back and watched the Class of '92 on Amazon,
Hmm?
and like Scholes comes across well. Like he, even in terms of his impact, the way the guys speak about him. Like he's obviously a no fuss player. Like doesn't enjoy any fuss, doesn't want any kind of media attention. Even when they won it, and Scholes and Keane were banned from the Champions League,
Hmm.
um, he was like, "Oh, I just wish I could wait."
Did he?
Sorry.
Didn't get his full kit on and lift the trophy, did he? No.
No, not everyone is like that. But he also said that he goes, I wish I was just allowed to stay in the changing rooms. I would have said like congratulated lads in the changing rooms, like, but embarrassingly they dragged me out and they put me onto
Yeah.
the pitch. So he's obviously a no fuss player. So does that reflect in the way he plays football in terms of he's a no fuss player, he doesn't really want the attention, he has all the ability and stuff like that, but that might reflect in his stats, but the impact he has, even with being a no fuss player, is credit to him. Like there was a point that Mikey made that when Scholes tried to retire, he wanted to retire at top. He wanted to go out on his own terms, and when he tried to do that, he got called back in because that's how much of an influence he has, and he won the league again. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of chat around how much he's actually won in terms of medals versus the other two. Do you think
But
that can be credited to him as a player, or is that just the team he was a part of?
I mean, you can't say it definitely was nothing to do with Paul Scholes, but would Gerrard and Lampard have won the same amount of medals were they in that Man United team? I would say probably yes. I don't see what Scholes added to that team that neither Gerrard or Lampard couldn't have added.
Okay, yeah. He didn't carry the team, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. As Mikey keeps saying, he was surrounded by brilliant players. So,
So, yeah. Okay.